Well, we're on a bumpy road today, so you can see my head's like a bobble doll. It's
I'll slam James's head in the dash every once in a while.
I get mistreated. I don't know, Tammy. I don't know how we put up with each other. I guess we don't have any better alternatives at this stage in our life, right?
Oh,
It's
exactly right.
It's either you or me, or go about your own ways and be hermits, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a hermit sometimes?
Yeah.
I feel like there's days you just do
I
not
like-
have me around.
Oh, yes. Not one of those days.
Every day. Oh dear.
All the time.
This is all you young folks what you got to look forward to, right? Death and taxes, that's it, folks.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to guarantee. Okay. Hey, you know what though? I will say this about our relationship. Dogs have been a big part of our relationship. They definitely help. They definitely help make things, you know, more stable, don't you think?
Yeah.
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 Because there's a common, you know, we have a common goal, and we have a common love, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't have. They don't have. And look, we're in a business where we're together all the time. That also is difficult, you know. So if you're with your spouse 24 hours a day, it's not easy because there's going to be some arguments. We don't ever argue, do we, Tammy?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do.
I
See,
love,
there's
the,
the
I
first hour right
love
there.
the couples that say, oh, we never argue. We've
Yeah.
never had a fight. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
geez,
Yeah.
okay.
But I look at that and the woman's got black eyes. And it's like, okay.
I'm like, oh,
Oh dear,
righty then.
we better get on with the Q&A
Yeah.
before people start
Yeah.
not signing
Yeah.
off. All right. Someone's asking about Easy Whelp system. Can you do, not our Easy Whelp, our whelping system, can you use that on an Easy Whelp? You bet you can. So we have on our site a number of different products out there that are designed for whelping boxes like Easy Whelp, Dura Whelps. You can order those directly on our site. You can order a custom size for any size you can come up with, huge, small, doesn't matter what it is, we can build it to fit. So we can absolutely do that for you. Yeah. And just while we're talking about this is our system where you have a crate, you have a pig rail inside it, we build a tape, heated tape that goes under the floor, directly under the pig rail. And so the idea behind this is, and it works really well, is that mum and babies can be together 24/7. You don't separate mums, you don't give mum separation anxiety. The puppies most of the time are under the pig rail where the heat is, so they're completely safe. And it's just the right way to, and it takes all the stress off you. You don't have to be monitoring puppies every 3 hours to remove them from mum and put them on mum.
Yeah, we've had a phone call or two from a couple of people that said, "Oh my goodness, you gave us our life back."
Oh, more than a couple.
My husband, you know, their relationships.
They're back in bed together without being disturbed in the middle of the night. No, I mean I get those every day, every week. Yeah.
I feel like a truck hit me.
Oh, it doesn't take much to disturb you.
Remember when we used to do labs and
Yeah.
we had an area that we had the mama dog and we'd set up the TV down there and had her in the box having her babies and a chalkboard to write down, you know, when her labor started and contractions and when a puppy was born. And we just camped out down there with the dog, right with her, and wrote down what time each puppy was born. And I tell you what, it was like a truck had hit you. Just no sleep and just rough. So, but this heated whelping system, oh my, it's a lifesaver, definitely.
Okay, let's have a look here. I better get back to where we were. Okay, let's have a look here. I haven't read this one here. Katie, I'm reading because it bounces around. Katie Wilsley, you're scaring me. My sweet girl got pregnant. Naturally, not on purpose. She's due any day. The doctor told us to do it naturally.
Oh,
I went and expected them to give us time frame to come back for a C-section.
a French bulldog, right?
If it's a Frenchie, you need to go find a different vet.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if you don't know what she got bred to, she could have got bred to a humongous dog and just have one huge puppy in there and have problems. I don't know. I'd be doing some x-rays to see how big the puppies are.
at the very least.
Yeah, your vet just can't say, you know.
Yeah. Sorry
Find
about
somebody else.
Can you go the other lane here? This road is it?
No,
that's
but they're both
bouncing
this
both
way.
lanes. Can I say
Yeah,
bouncy?
this is the road that Mackie came in on.
Oh yeah,
Hurt
right.
me pretty good.
All right. So anyway, yeah. Look, yeah. All right. So this is the next one. This is after I did the one on the mastless. Someone says, "Is a double E dog mastless?" No, it's almost certainly not mastless. but it's not guaranteed.
Is it a
you've got
biggie or a little E?
2 big E's. Yeah, thank you. 2 big E's. That is not a cream dog, and is it maskless? You've got to find out what they say on the EM part. If it's capital EM, if it's little EM, it's maskless, but I doubt that's the case. It would be unusual. Okay. I have an English, this is Angela Alvarez. I have an English Bulldog I produced off a recent litter. He's 5 months old. Just testing with Inbark. He is biggie, not cream, KY, not brindle, 80, 10 points. Little D blue, little B testable chocolate, little M. Now, I doubt that it's little M, because if it is, that means it's 2 copy of Moral, which you would not want that, but it could be. Have you... but here's what I'm questioning. Is his intensity. Lockeye showing a dilute red pigment, starting with his hair likely white or cream. Have you heard of the intensity gene playing a role with the English Bulldogs? His tan points are extremely light colour compared to the other dogs. Well, yes, absolutely. So the intensity gene does affect basically where a dog is white, can become whiter. So a dog that's got intensity gene, I'd expect it to have very white or whiter tan points. The same thing is true of a dog with tan points that has a copy of cream, which your dog doesn't. But if it did, I would expect it to have very, very light white tan points. Somebody's bottle feeding puppies in care, that I did a video on that, and somebody says this was absolutely awful with a thumbs down. Oh dear. You didn't say why it's awful, folks. If you don't like it, give us an opportunity to correct what we've done wrong or explain to you why we think we're right. Don't just give us a thumbs down. I mean, we don't care, it's all right. You can do that, but it'd be a lot more instructive for everybody else reading this if you say why you think it's wrong, so that you can inform other people why we're idiots.
On bottle feeding?
Yeah, apparently.
Or tube feeding?
Bottle feeding. But anyway, it's a video from probably years ago. Can cocoa powder with curd kill them?
What?
Yes, you don't want any dog to eat chocolate. So cocoa, so the darker the chocolate is, and the more that they eat, and the smaller the dog is, the more chance that the theobromine or whatever's in chocolate will do them in. So I've got videos on this. It says my dog ate chocolate. What do I do next?
Gatorade.
Well, actually, activated charcoal.
Yeah.
Activated charcoal. You'd think you want to make the dog vomit, but apparently that's not what you do. Activated charcoal mops it up. But in most cases, you're probably going to get away with it. But if you have a small dog like a Chihuahua that ate some baking chocolate, that'd be a very bad day. If you had a big lab that ate half a bar of milk chocolate, it'd probably be fine.
I had a poodle that ate a king-size Snickers bar.
Oh yeah, and?
From Halloween. She jumped up on the bed in my daughter's room. It's a long time ago.
Yep.
And she ate all that, and I mean, we rushed her to the vet.
Yep.
He said, and this is what he told me a long time ago.
Yep.
Put her in a room, some Gatorade, and I mean, you talk about that dog, threw up all over the place. I just knew the next morning when I opened up the door I'd have a dead dog. But no, she survived, but man alive.
Yep.
It was touch and go for a bit.
Okay, there you go.
Really worried.
So, the curd, I don't think the curd's going to be a problem, but the cocoa powder, yes. You don't want a dog to eat cocoa powder.
Why would they even mention that?
Well, probably it happened. Haitian Julia Neo. I heard somewhere flat surfaces can give flat chests and slippery floors can ruin their back legs.
That's why you put towels in.
You're right. You want to have traction for puppies as they are.
A little rug or a towel.
Yep. So this is a comment about using the play pool, and I did say in that video that you should put something down because that floor is slippery, and you're exactly right. One thing that the floor does have going for it in the paddling pool is it has indentations and bumps on it. So actually that'd be better than a straight slippery surface. But if they don't get up on their legs, they tend to become swimmer puppies with flat chests, and that can have all kinds of other problems. So absolutely, whatever you do, you want, if you see your puppies walrusing around, skidding around, especially when they should be getting up on their legs about the time their eyes open, you need to make sure you've got something to get traction. Fernando Vigil, how rare is tweed and what causes it? Right.
I know that whenever we have puppies with our Picasso, we get tweeds all the time. And every once in a while, a harlequin will pop up out of that too.
So if
I
you
think
go,
it's an intensity gene.
if you go to UC Davis, they'll give you a score number on merles, and that can give you an indication about what kind of merles that dog might throw. I think. If you go to animal genetics, they just tell you whether it's a merle or not. It doesn't give you any indication about what kind of merles it will be. But historically, like Tammy said, some dogs throw these more interesting colours and some don't.
I think it's an intensity gene myself.
Could be. I don't know. 999 genetics, $250 for a C-section? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? I'm going to have to pay anywhere from $300 to $6,500. $3,000. We've never paid over $1,200.
Go find you a good old country vet.
Yeah.
That's done C-sections on bulldogs. Find that out. Do your homework.
And go get our
Search
portable
for it.
incubator too.
Yeah.
Because with a portable incubator, you can go on a trip that can last 10 hours and bring puppies home in the incubator.
Plug it into the cigarette lighter
Plug
or
the cigarette
the
lighter.
adapter.
Absolutely fine.
It'd be great.
If it was a 10-hour trip, I'd probably stop part way and let them feed on mum or give them a bottle. But there's absolutely no...
First off, I'd definitely find me a country vet. So another vet from somewhere else. You had to grab a motel room. It's worth it.
Yeah, and the other thing is get on Facebook or the media for people who are in your area and find out who they recommend. So look, let's give you some examples for around here. What do we expect to spend on a C-section in Oklahoma? And the answer is a low end of $250 to a high end of $1,200. That's the going rate in Oklahoma.
It could be 16.
Well, we've never paid that.
No.
Well, it could be. No.
Other people.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you bet. I mean, not the vets we use, but you know, you could.
Emergency vet that one time Keith did.
Yeah.
$1,600.
Yes. So I mean, look, you want to avoid emergency C-sections if you can because they're expensive. They're done typically in the middle of the night.
That's why the progesterone machine is great to have if you're doing litters. That
Words out of my
progesterone
mouth.
machine
Out of my
will
mouth.
keep you from getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and running her to the vet to have babies.
To go have an expensive C-section with the most junior person in the whole facility. The guy who's my age has been doing it for a long time. He's got a junior who's like 23 years old out of vet school. That girl or boy is getting up to do your C-section for the first or the second one they've ever done. You don't necessarily want that. They may do a great job, don't get me wrong here, but you'd much rather have the old gnarled dude like me doing it for you who's done 500 of them in the last 2 years. So, but the point that Tammy just said is exactly right. Shop around, talk to your local people. It's very likely that you can do a trip 100, 150 miles away and dramatically reduce your cost for your C-section. I mean, for me personally, to travel 2 hours to save $2,000, I'm doing it all day long. But
even if the gas prices have gone up.
yeah,
it's still
exactly.
worth it.
Well, it's more about my time more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is the more valuable part about
Right.
it. But I'm not suggesting that you should go get cheap because cheap is what you want. You want good is what you want. The thing is that good and expensive don't necessarily go together. Expensive does go well with large towns with, you know, in California like San Francisco, you are going to pay a premium.
And then they ask you, oh, do you want us to go ahead and spay her?
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. That's the other thing is that you are going to find quite a few of these vets who just don't like what we're doing, and they kind of treat us like dirts on. We don't have any around here.
For PETA.
We don't have any around here that are like that at all. I mean, I'll say this about, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vets that we use on a regular basis, and they are all
your big city
super
vets
nice people.
say that, your big city vets.
Tammy calls one of them Dr. Hottie. And he's got
is.
another one she just found in Kingfisher that's Dr. Hottie number 2.
Yeah.
But we don't
their
choose.
personality's great.
We don't choose our vets on their looks.
No.
We
their
do choose-
personality And their
our
about the animal, period.
and the way
is
they
what-
treat us
oh,
too.
yeah.
We know. So of all those vets we just mentioned, all but one will let us be back there to participate in the C-section. not to do the surgery obviously, but to shake puppies down. And it's really, you know, you've got a big litter of puppies and you've got 1 or 2 vet techs, you need to have some more people in there. We had a litter of 10. You need like 5 people there to shake puppies down because they're coming at you one after the other. Yeah. So anyway, that's 50 minutes of your time taken out. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.